Hi, in this video we will discuss about iterative statements in the Java programming. Iterative statements will have one or set of statements which are executed multiple times based upon the given condition. There is different types of iterative statements: while, do while, for, and one more in the Java programming is enhanced for loop. Here the first one is while loop. The while is the keyword, then we will have to give the condition using the relational operators. Then if the condition becomes true, then the statements available inside the curly braces will execute. If the condition becomes false, then this statements will not execute. The execution will come out of the while loop. So the flowchart is given here. If the condition is true, then the statements which is available inside the curly braces of while loop will execute. Otherwise it will come out of the while loop block of statements. That's the thing. Now we will see the example here. Statement class is created and the main method is defined here, which is taking the command line arguments in the string data type, and integer variable I is declared and initialized with value 0. Now the keyword while is given, then condition is given I less than 5. Now I equal to 0. The condition is checking here 0 less than 5, which is true. Once it is true, the statements inside the while loop, okay, statement inside the while loop are executed. So the first statement is displaying the value of I. So now I value is 0, which is displayed here, right? I colon 0 is displayed. Then I is incremented by 1. Now I value is 1. Going back to here, now I is 1. Condition is checking 1 less than 5. Yes, it is true. Once it is true, then the statement available inside the while loop first statement is I value will be printed here. So I colon the I value is here 1. Now again the I is incremented by 1, so 1 plus 1 is 2. Again going back here, now the I is already incremented, so now 2 less than 5, which is true. Once it is true, then statement system.out.println is executed. Now I is printed as a 2. Again I is incremented here 3. Then again going back, now the I is 3. Then condition is checking 3 less than 5. Now it is true. Now the statement system.out.println is printing here I colon 3. Then again I is incremented by 1 4. So now I equal to 4. Then now here which is going to print the value based upon the condition checking. Condition is now 4 less than 5, which is true. If it is true, I value is printing based upon this statement. So I colon 4. Now I is incremented by 1 5. Again going back to the checking, so I is 5 now. Now condition checks 5 less than 5. Now it is false. Once it is false, then the while loop will exit from the block. Okay, so now there is no statements, then program will be stopped. So this is the output. So the while loop will first check the condition, then execute the statements if it is true. Otherwise it will come out of the while loop. The next one is do while loop. Here first it will execute the statements which are available inside the block, then it will check the condition based on while keyword. So in previous example, here first condition is checking. So during the entry itself condition will be checked, then if it is true only, the block of statements will execute. In do while, the block of statements first execute once, then only it will check the condition. It is called the exit level condition checking, that is entry level condition checking. This one is exit level condition checking. As per this flowchart is given set of statements which are executing inside the block of do while, then the condition will be checked. Okay, the if condition is checking, when condition is checking, if it is true, again this set of statements will execute. Okay, if condition is false, then it will come out of the do while loop. As per this, the example is given here. Class is created and main method is defined here. I is initialized with value 1. Then do here do is started, block of statements which are available here, two statements available. First, which is printing the I value. As of now, I is 1 initialized here. Now I is printed, I equal to 1, then which is printing the I colon 1 as per this system.out.println. Then I is incremented. So now I is incremented as 2, 1 plus 1 2. So now I is 2. Then now it is coming out of the block and checking the condition I less than 3. Yes, I is 2, 2 less than 3 is true. If it is true, then it will go back to this statement. So now I will be printed as I colon I value is now 2. So 2 is printed. Now again I is incremented by 1 3. So I becomes 3 now. Again which is checking I less than 3. So 3 less than 3. So it becomes false. Once it is false, it will not go back. Okay, it will not go back. It will come out of the while do while loop. So now our output is 1 and 2 as per this example. So the condition is checked after executing the block of statement at least once. So it is called exit level condition checking. Next one is for loop. Here for is having three values. One is initialization and another one is condition checking, then increment operator or decrement operator based upon the requirement. Then inside the block we can have n number of statements. It is called body of the for loop. So example for loop, integer variable, we are checking the index equal to 1 and index less than or equal to 5, index plus plus. That means this is increment operator, this one is condition checking based upon this, and the first one is initialization. So based upon this, here we can draw the flow chart. This is hexagon symbol, initialization, condition checking and increment. If it is true, the number of statements will execute. Okay, if it is false, it will come out of the for loop, right? If then here for loop is keep on incrementing one by one or decrementing. So whenever the condition is true, it will repeat many times. That's why it is called looping statements or repetitive statements or iterative statements. Okay, so here the for loop is defined with the class. For example, main method is created. Here I have created the index value initialized with 1, then condition until 5 it will be executed, then incrementation from 1 to until n. Okay, so now I value is 1 as per this statement. Then we are checking the condition 1 less than or equal to 5. Yes, it is true. Once it is true, then the statement inside the for loop, okay, it is executed system.out.println. So I is printed, I colon I value is 1. Now the I value is incremented by 1. So when it is incrementing, I becomes 2. So when it is 2, 2 less than or equal to 5, it is condition true. Once it is condition true, again it will go inside the block. Here I is printed with I value is now 2. Okay, then I is incremented again. So when I is incrementing, I becomes 3. So when it is 3, now it is checking the condition 3 less than or equal to 5 as per this condition, right? So 3 less than 5 is true. Once it is true, then again going inside the for loop block. Inside the for loop block, we are having the statement system.out.println I colon 3. Again I is incremented one time, so 3 plus 1 is 4. So 1 is 4, again condition is checking, so 4 less than or equal to 5, yes it is true. Then again get inside the for loops, system.out.println I colon, here I value is 4, so 4 is printed. Again I is incremented based upon this increment operator, I equal to 4 plus 1 5. So now again going back, so now 5 is checking with condition 5 less than or equal to 5, this position, right? Then it is true. Once it is true, then get inside the for loop. So here I is printing as value I colon 5. Again I is incremented, I equal to 5 plus 1 6, again going back. So when it is going back, now it is checking, right? 6 less than or equal to 5, which is false. Once it is false, then it will not get inside the for loop, it will come out of the for loop. So there is no other statements, the program will be stopped. So here the for loop is executed until the condition which value is 5. The next one is enhanced for loop. Here for, then declaration will be given and expression will be given in between this two we have to use the colon. Then here inside the for block you can use n number of statements. Here the flowchart is given for each. Here if it is true, the statements will execute. If the condition is false, then it will come out of the for each loop. The example is given here by defining the main method. The numbers is the integer data type variable with array. So this array is having 5 elements. The index will be 0 1 2 3 4. Okay, so 5 elements are there. Indices ranges from 0 to 4. Here I value is I is declared with integer variable, that is the index. Now here it will be given as 0. I is initialized with 0 until the numbers. Okay, the numbers length is here 5. Okay, so 0 to 5 it will execute. So which this statement is equivalent to previous for loop. Here initialization is 0, then condition it will check until the length of this array numbers variable which is given here, then it will increment one by one for each iteration. So now as per this I is 0 now. Okay, so when I is 0, the condition will check 0 less than the length of the array is here 5. Okay, so 0 less than 5 is true. Once it is true, the execution will enter into the for block. So inside the for block I is printed I colon, then I value is here we are printing as a here I value is here we are printing this is numbers. Okay, this is numbers, number available in the 0 is here 10, so 10 is printed in the 0th position. Okay, then now we are numbers of, this one is numbers of I, this is I is 0, here numbers of I. Okay, we have to print this one, right? So based upon this, now we have to change this numbers of I. Okay, variable. Then again going back, I is incremented by 1. So when I is incremented by 1, 0 plus 1 is 1. Now again condition will be checked 1 less than 5. Yes, it is true. Once it is true, again coming inside the loop. So here I equal to numbers of 5, numbers of 1. So numbers of 1 is the value 20. So 20 is printed here. Then I is incremented by 1. So I becomes 2 now. Then again which is checking the condition 2 less than 5. Yes, it is true. Again it will come inside the for loop. I value is given here. So numbers of 2, numbers of 2 is here the 30. So 30 is printed here. Then again I is incremented by 1, it becomes 3. So condition will be checked 3 less than 5, it is true. Once it is true, come inside the for loop, right? Again numbers of 3. Okay, numbers of 3 is here 40, so 40 is printed here. Then I is incremented by 1, so I equal to 4. So condition will be checked, 4 less than 5, right? So now again coming inside the for loop, it is printing numbers of I. So numbers of I is, numbers of 4 is here 50, so 50 is printed. Then I is incremented by 1, which is incremented as 5. Now 5 less than 5, it becomes false. Once it becomes false, it exits the for loop. Then there is no other statements, it will stop the execution. And the next one is continue statements, which is useful to skips the current iteration of the loop. In while and do loops, continue causes the control to go directly to the test condition and then continue the iteration process. In case of for loop, increment section of the loop is executed before the test condition is evaluated. So here one example is given. Inside the main method, we are having the array with the variable numbers 1 2 3 4 5. So here you see we are starting the iteration from 0 index, the numbers dot length is here 5. Okay, so until less than 5 it will execute. So now it will execute inside the for loop whenever the condition is true. If I equal to 3, as of now I equal to 0, so 0 less than 5, it is true. So now what will happen, the for loop will execute, it is checking I equal to 3, so 0 equal to 3, it is false. Once it is false, it will come out of the what do you call if loop. Okay, then this statement will execute the number of I. Number of I is here the number of 0. Okay, number of 0 is printed here as 1. Then again going to the next line, it is going back, I is incremented by 1, so I becomes 1 here. So on I becomes 1, now checking 1 less than 5. Now again which is checking 1 equal to 3. So if 1 equal to 3, again it is false. Once it is false, it will not check this condition, so it will come out of the loop. So you see it is printing the numbers of I 2, right? This is numbers of 1. Okay, numbers of 1 is 2, right? Then I is incremented as 2. Now again it is checking 2 equal to 3, it is also false. When it is false, this will not execute inside the if condition. Again which is printing the numbers of 2. Numbers of 2 is here 3, so 3 is printed here. Then I is incremented as 3. So now 3 is 3 is the value, I value, it is checking 3 equal to 3, it is true. Once it is true, it will not come here, it will not come here, it will go back to the for loop, it will go back to the for loop. So the numbers of 3 is not printed, you look at that, 4 is not printed here. Okay, so directly it is going back to the for loop from here. Continue the for loop, continue the for loop, that is the meaning of this one. That's what it is given, for loop which is incrementing the section of the loop before the test condition, before the test condition is evaluated. So now which is checking again. Okay, incremented now 4, so 4 less than 5, so which is checked, it is true. Then now it is checking 4 equal to 3, which is false. Once it is false, then it will come out of the loop, so come out of the if condition. The numbers of 4 is printed as a 5. This is the numbers of 4. Index will be 0 1 2 3 4. Okay, numbers of 4 is 5 written. Then now again I is incremented as 5, so 5 less than 5 is false, then it will come out of the for loop. Okay, outside the for loop, no other statements, it will stop the execution. So continue statement is used in the if condition, do while and also for loop based upon the user's requirement. Thanks for watching.